YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this right here is part 2 to the 21 questions that I started last week, where I was basically telling my subscribers anything you want to know, long as it ain't too personal or something that I really don't want to answer, something that I'm uncomfortable with answering, I will answer to the best of my ability. And I started that last week, and I appreciate you all for putting in your questions, your ideas, chiming in, giving your inputs, and I'm trying to get everybody. So a lot of people that was asking questions last week, I kind of try to get some new people, so that way it'll be even, so that way won't nobody say I'm showing favoritism, which I really don't do, because I treat everybody the same. But this is part 2 to the 21 questions, and we're going to go and start it off like this. The first question is Lisa Lee. My name is Lisa. What is your zodiac sign? Of course, Aquarius, water barrier. We run stuff. I'm a water guy. I love water. It's just something about water. That's why most of my videos you will see a sun and you'll see a water. It's a reason for that. I like to throw hidden jewels out there, if you will. But yes, I'm an Aquarius. And Lisa Lee, thank you for your question. Number 2, Carissa Owens. Is it important to you for a woman to be submissive in the relationship, not to be mistaken for a doormat? Yes, it's very important for me for a woman to be submissive in a relationship, because as a man, a real man wants a woman that submits to him. Even in the good book, and we know what the good book is, the Bible, it says that a woman should submit to her husband. But it also means, not the Bible, but it also means that women should not be used as a doormat, where you have to lay down every time somebody comes through. You have to just be overly submissive, if you will, where you have to just feel like you have to cater to somebody like you Destiny Child, which you're not. But like if I say, baby, will you rub my back? I had a long day, you rub my back. I say, babe, would you run my bath water? You know what I'm saying? Put some of that smell good in there. Because after a long day of work and hustling and grinding, a man want to come home and wash his butt, if you know what I mean. Some men do, I know I do. But yeah, it's very important for a man, to have his woman submit to him. Not overly, but just, too much of anything is not good. But it's a certain way that you do things. So yes, that is important to me also. And Carissa Owens, thank you for your question. Number 3, Lizzie Battle. Hi Trey, my name is Lizzie, and I was wondering, how can you tell if a guy's into you? Well, number 1, you could tell because he keeps looking at you. Then one thing that he will start doing, he will start trying to keep coming around you. Then he'll start striking up a conversation with you, asking you personal business. But it's all about the eye contact. And then if you're real self-centered, which I mean is that if you have some kind of gift of discernment, a spirit of discernment or what have you, you could pretty much feel, you get vibes and energy from people, because we ain't nothing but energy and frequency anyway. But you can feel that. So that's how you could tell. Eye contact, coming around you, asking you if you want something to eat, just checking on you, asking you about your history or whatnot. The signs are always there. And Lizzie Battle, thank you for your question. Number 4, James D. Sloan. Do you think America is being set up like how Kanika Jenkins' friends set her up? That's a great question, James. And one thing I want to know is, what made you ask that question? Because I've been thinking the same thing for a long time. And of course, we're all being set up across this country. They're putting us against each other, pitting us against each other in this long overdue so-called helter-skelter race war that they want whites and blacks to go out here and slaughter each other, kill each other. That's why we have all the propaganda, all the movies, even in certain songs or whatever, we have this hatred for one another, not realizing that we come from the same creator. So yes, we're all being set up, because America, like I tell people, is the last stronghold on the face of this earth that we know of. We don't know nothing about no other lands nowhere else, but we're talking about for us what we know, the continents. We're the last stronghold. We are the eye of the world, if you will, and everybody looks toward America, and we're the last continent that carry guns. Not too many other places. I don't think no other places where the whole area people are strapped. From one coast, from the east coast to the west coast, from the north to the south, people got guns everywhere. That's why they're so hesitant to do what they're going to have to do, because they know one damn thing. Americans might fight amongst each other like Tupac said, but we promise you we promise you this. We burn this B down if you get us pissed. Remember that song, The Living Down in LA, where he was saying about the Mexicans and everything? But yeah, we all are being set up, pit against each other. So that way the enemy can slide in, because that's how the enemy slide in. Because in this country, you have two factions. You have white, you have black. You know, and truly, you have the Mexican, the Hispanic, but that's not really about that. So you have this duality going on. And what the enemy do is keep putting these two people against each other so he can slide in. That's what's really going on. But once again, James D. Sloan, thank you for your question. That's a very good question. Number 5, Bashan Jones. Do you believe romance is important in a relationship? Can it be learned? Yes, it's very important, because don't nobody want to be around somebody that don't make them feel special. You know, even a dog want to feel special. That's why he come beside you and rub his side on your leg and everything. Even a cat, when it purrs up against you. Every creature wants to be special. Everything that's created want to feel special. You know, and of course, if you're in a relationship with someone, you're supposed to have some romance. You're supposed to have a candlelight dinner here and there. You're supposed to just pop up with a present, even though it ain't birthday or Christmas, you know. And I don't know why a lot of people think that's being weak. Even you have women these days thinking that's being weak. You know, for as me, it can be a Saturday and I'll make it a Christmas, you know, because every day is Christmas with the one you love. Christmas just another day that they gave us to celebrate the so-called birth of Jesus, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, everybody should feel special and have romance in their relationship. If you with someone that truly love you, if they confess they love you, then they should prove they love you, because a lot of people can say a lot of things out their mouth, but yet still their actions show you something else. And yes, it can be learned also, because, you know, that's just like making a cake. You might not make that cake the best way the first couple times, but after you get through practicing on it, you know, and the way we learn is by failing. You know, nobody in this world ever got to be a top level doctor, engineer without making some mistakes before. So it's all a growth process. And yes, anything can be learned also. Anything can be learned. And once again, Bashan Jones, thank you for your comment. Number 6, Sue Land. Hey Trey, this is Susan. What is your favorite food? Do you like greens and cornbread? Hell yeah, I like greens and cornbread. You can put some of that fat back in there. Somebody asked me the other day, what's that fat back? I'm going to let somebody in the comments section tell you what that fat back is. You got to understand what that fat back is when you put them hog maws in there. You know what I'm saying? But my favorite food most likely would be, I'll say, soul food. I like soul food. I just like regular type soul food. And also I like all kinds of food, but soul food, down home cooking is really my favorite, you know, because a lot of this other stuff, you don't really know what you be eating. But I like good soul food, healthy eating. I like vegetables too. I like salads and stuff like that, but soul food. And Sue Land, thank you for your comment. Number 7, Gary Ricks. Hey, what's up, Trey? I was wondering if you subscribe to other YouTubers. Also, would you ever do a guest feature on another content creator platform? Of course, I'm subscribed to a lot of people. For instance, Dr. Boyce Watkins, the homeboy Willie D from the Ghetto Boys, another guy from Houston, the Vibe Show, Phil, very good guy, Lovely T. Subscribe to a lot of people. You know, I can go on and on. It just depends on the Star in the Morning, Corey Holcomb 5150. It just depends on the kind of mood that I am in that day. Excuse me, I'm getting my words tied up. But yeah, you know, if I wake up and I want to be entertained, I'll throw on a Corey Holcomb, because Corey gonna make you laugh and tell a little truth, something kind of like I do. But if I just want to hear straight advice, somebody giving me advice on business, I go to Boyce Watkins. I go to people like that. You know, if I want to hear somebody talk about what's going on, you know, and hear it from a real raw perspective, I go to somebody like Willie D, those type of people right there. But yeah, I have lots of people I'm subscribed to. It's just like a different pair. It's like pairs of shoes. I put them on, you know, depends on how I'm feeling that day. I might listen to this, just like I might wear that pair of shoes one day. The next day I might wear a different pair, listen to somebody else. So I hope that answers your questions. And would I ever do a feature, be on somebody else's platform for as a feature or a guest? No, I would not do that, because I don't like that. I had many people that tried to get me to do that. But the funny thing about YouTube is that don't nobody want you when you down and out. When you first getting started, ain't nobody gonna be checking for you. But the moment you start making hits and you getting views, that's when the people come. You know, and I don't like that. You know, if you didn't notice the star in me when I first started, don't notice in me when I blow up, you know. So no, I wouldn't be on nobody else's platform, and wouldn't nobody else be on mine, because I'm a one-man show. I can do it myself, you know, and whatever I don't know, I would try to learn and then convey it to you all. But no, I do not want to be on nobody else's platform for a guest or anything else, because that leads to a lot of mess. That leads to a lot of mess, and all the way around the board. So no, I would not be on nobody's show, and nobody would not be on my show unless I really know them and trust them. And ain't too many people I trust. I know a lot though. Anyway, Gary Ricks, thank you for the question. Number 8, Julie Larson. If you could start your educational life over again, what career would you have chosen? Well, instead of going to school for computer science, I would probably go for law. I would probably go for law, because I ain't with the doctor stuff, because I hate blood. You know, I just hate blood. But I would like to go to law school, you know, because this whole country is ran by damn laws. You know, even half of the Senate and the people that's in these Congress, the White House, those are lawyers. Barack Obama was a lawyer. Michelle, a lawyer. This world is ran by people that know the law. And the only way you really get ahead if you know the law. Because if you know the law, you can, like taking a steel bar. That steel bar might be impossible to bend with just your might. But if you add a little law in there, and the law represents just a metaphor for a little extra strength, you can bend that bar. Which means they bend rules. They bend the way people navigate through this world, we call it. Because they are the ones making laws, telling you how fast you can drive, how much the ticket gonna be. These are the people that pass the law. So that's the position I would try to be in right there. Those who have the power to inflict the most change, if you will, instead of going to school for computer science. Even though I am glad that I went to school for computer science, even though it was very hard, the math kill you. But at the same time, that's what I would go back and do. Go to law school. Go to law school. And I know I would have been great, because I can debate my ass off, you know, with a logical point. But anyway, Julie Larson, thank you for your comment. Number 9, Robin Swift. How long have you been on YouTube, and did you take a class in order to learn how to master your computer skills? I've been on YouTube since 2011, and I didn't take a class to master my computer skills. Matter of fact, I've been using computers my whole life. I first got on a computer back in '89, to be honest with you. So, you know, and that was an Apple computer. So I've been around computers my whole life. I first got on the internet in 1993. You know, a lot of people didn't hear about the internet until 98, 99, 2000. Now, we was on it in 93 when it was a 4-bit, 8-bit modem. And those who computer inclined know what I'm talking about. But it just comes with growth. A lot of stuff I had forgot, especially when I was, you know, running the computer lab at the university I was going to. I was basically over there. It was my job. They was paying me. The university was paying me. They hired me full time to run that lab. And I'll go to work at the lab, and I'll leave the lab, and I'll go to my classes. You know, that was my regimen every day. But you know, some things just come quite natural to people. Like, everybody had their own niche, what they can do. Just like you might can cut hair better than anybody else. You might can just do women hair, make it look beautiful, whereas somebody like me will mess it up, because that's not my expertise. You know, we all got something that we gifted in and we're very good in. And also, thank you for your question, Robin Swift. Number 10, Victoria M. Hello, Trey. My name is Victoria, and I have 2 questions that I want to ask, if you don't mind. First, where are you from? I'm from Houston, Texas. Second, living in a world full of sexual immorality, I often dated men who found women that are virgins deal breakers and challenging. What are your thoughts on women or men who choose to wait until they are married to have sex? Well, if you want to wait until you're married to have sex, then you should wait until you're married to have sex. Should nobody tell you or force you or try to persuade you into having sex if you don't really want to have it, because you won't get no enjoyment. Matter of fact, you're going to end up feeling like shit, to be honest with you, excuse my French, because it's something different. It's like you giving somebody a part of you that you hold very dear and you cherish. No matter how some people might look at it, it don't matter how they look at it. It's not their life. It's matter how you look at it. So you should wait until you feel totally comfortable. And she also says, I am currently a college student where I often ask, where are the strong men? Thank you, Trey. The strong men, they still around. You know, it just, the strong men, a lot of people don't want the real men that's going to hold it down. A lot of people want the same men everybody else want. That's why you see so many people idolizing people like the Denzels, the Drakes, all these people, the Morris Chestnuts and stuff. they want the same damn man, you know, but they overlook the man that's working in the warehouse. They overlook the manager at McDonald's. They overlook the manager at Walmart that's been holding it down for years, you know, and making good money. He might not be making movie star money, but he's still a good, hard working man. So the men are all around you. You just have to know how to decipher them and see who is real and who is fake. Because a lot of them do have bullshit, just like a lot of women do. But at the same time, you should be able to tell who they are by the fruits they bear. You know, just watch and see how they move and see what they do and see how they communicate with people. They'll let you know how a person is. Because if they treat somebody else bad, they treat a lot of other people bad, chances are one day they will treat you bad. So it's still good men around, and have sex when you're ready to have sex. And being a virgin, you know, that's kind of hard to find these days. I think you'll find a leprechaun riding a unicorn through Walmart before you find a virgin. But you say you're a virgin, hey, I believe you. I'm not saying you're not, but that's very rare to find these days. So in other words, just wait till you're ready to have sex. Don't let nobody pressure you. And Victoria, thank you for your question. Number 11, Marla Perry. Are some men intimidated by women that give them a challenge? Hell yeah. Because one thing about a man, we have a challenging nature. We like to challenge things as men. That's why we have a lot of problems in this world as we do. But certain men do not mind a woman competing with them, in other words, because if you have somebody that competes with you, you know, it makes you better, you know, still sharp and steel, you know. So I don't look at a woman that's doing better than me as being intimidated to me. But some guys that are weaker and have a weaker mindset will, and they'll shy away from that woman because they know they have to rise to the challenge. A lot of people don't want to rise to the challenge, men and women. You know, just like if I'm doing my thing, I'm doing good, and you don't have nothing to add to that, 9 times out of 10, you're going to feel like you're not even worthy to be around me or even be with me. You know, that's human nature. Some people don't give a damn, you know, but so people that have a good sense and self-worth, it does mean something to them. So yes, some men are intimidated by women that pose a challenge. You know, a lot of guys just can't handle it because a lot of guys used to being the quote unquote the man. But I don't mind it though. I look forward to it. It inspires me. But anyway, thank you, Marla Perry, for your question. Number 12. Shamanica Sharpless. Hello, Trey. My name is Shamanica. I watch your videos every day when I come in from work. They are very informative. My question is, what types of books do you like to read? Thank you for answering my question. Have a blessed day. What type of books I like to read? I like to read the 48 Laws of Power. I like to read Sister Soldier books. I like to read the Bible also. I just go back and, you know, refresh my mind on certain things, you know, trying to figure out these parables because it's really a parable. I like books like Malcolm X autobiography, Elijah Muhammad. What was that book? Elijah Muhammad. Golly, maybe y'all can tell me in the comment section. I can't think of that book name. Book by Elijah Muhammad. Louis Farrakhan book. You know, stuff like that. Stuff that have some kind of significance to it, far as where you can help people. And I also like reading psychology books also because, you know, dealing with the human mind. Because I like to know how people think and stuff. And if you know how people think, to be honest with you, you can control them. And that's just the truth. A lot of people won't say that. A lot of people won't tell you that. But if you can get into somebody's psychology, you basically can control them like a puppet. So I like to read all types of books. But I like to read books that have some type of meaning to it. And also books that educate you. You know, just like if I didn't know one thing, I can go open that book and I add another jewel to my mind, you know, something I just learned. But anyway, Shamanica, thank you for your question. Have a blessed day. Number 13, Passion T. Question: have you ever thought about starting your own business? Yes, of course. Like I used to say all the time on G Plus, I used to post my pictures of my food I cooked and everything else. Yes, a restaurant. I want to open up a restaurant, and if I get blessed enough, I'm going to open up a homeless center, also in a place to help people who was in jail, in prison, get back on their feet since society deemed them worthless. You know, I want to be able to help people, but my first thing is to get a restaurant. You know, just a restaurant selling just nice, good quality food, you know, where you come in, dine, and you won't feel embarrassed. You know, anybody in color, no matter what race, creed they're in, no matter what sexuality. You can be gay, you can be straight, you can be whatever. You know, you come there to eat. We didn't come there to party or have sex. So yes, I want to open up a restaurant and then open up some type of shelter. Not a shelter where, you know, I will house them, but at the same time give them job skills, and at the same time motivate them, because a lot of these people are in the shape they're in. I'm talking about the homeless people, because a lot of them feel abandoned. You know, I ain't talking about the ones that can't be saved, because you can't save everybody. Let's get that straight. But to those who can be saved, you know, some people just need a kind word sometimes. Some people just need to know, look, you still can make it regardless of what people look at you as. So I hope that answers your question right there, Passion T, and thanks again for your question. Number 14, Keitra Owens. Hey Trey, do you think that a woman working in the warehouse is overstepping the men of these days? I'm seeing that if we are not in the office and is actually doing forklift, all this inventory control, our jobs tend to get phased out for upper management can take on the position. Just a it's happened to me twice. Well, you know, traditionally, the warehouse in these steel mills or mills was typically a man's type job, because if you remember, even from back when we was children and before then, our fathers had the jobs at the mills and the warehouse. It was just strictly men. The women was in the office. But now what you will see is women driving forklifts, working on machines just like the men do. And some men do not like that, because certain men still have that old instinct where I'm supposed to be the provider, which is nothing wrong with that. But we live in a capitalistic society where you cannot really go by that. You know, everybody is out here trying to eat. Everybody is out here trying to make it on their own. So I don't really see nothing wrong with it once you open up your eyes. But if you're looking at it through just a narrow projection, you will tend to get mad at the women, like, well, they come here taking our jobs. They supposed to be at home. They supposed to be in the kitchen. They supposed to be watching the kids. It's a different day and age. It takes two people to work to bring in income for you to live a decent, because unless you have a high paying job or you got this huge income or your family is real rich, you and your spouse or whoever you with, boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever, lover, gonna have to work and get in. So wherever you can get in, like Too Short said, get in where you fit in. So if it takes a woman going to the warehouse, or if it takes her going wherever else, I'd rather see her doing that than somewhere on the streets trying to sell some tail or somewhere, you know, doing something illegal. At least she's trying to work and make an honest living. So I hope that answers your question, Keitra Owens, and thank you for your question. Number 15, Isla Espinoza. Trey, what is your opinion on young guys dating older men? On young girls dating older men, excuse me. Well, it's been going on since the beginning of time, you know, but it all depends, though. Is it for love? Is it for, because people do things for a reason. And most of the young girls just want a sugar daddy. Most of them just want somebody to take care of their ass, because a lot of them too lazy to get up and take care of their damn self. That's the truth. But if it's love and it's romance and she ain't using this man just to get some money out of him, like she'll go screw him, you know what I'm saying, just so he can give her a couple $100 or whatever, $100. Some of them don't even get that. Some of them only get 40. But if she's out there holding and selling her body, I don't agree with that, because that's not dating. That's you just having sex with somebody for some money. You know what I'm saying? Basically no difference than a prostitute. But if it's as long as she's legal age, now I ain't talking about no child, damn that. But if she's legal age, and as long as the guy ain't too old, I don't see personally nothing wrong with it if it's some kind of chemistry there, you know, because everybody needs love also, but don't be no fool at the same time also. But basically it depends on, you know, the situation, the scenario. And Isla Espinoza, I hope that answers your question, and thank you for submitting your question also. All right. So, all right. And number 17, Jasmine Droz. Trey King, I got a good question. You really want to answer. If you could bring one fictional character to life, who would it be and why? Shit, I guess Bugs Bunny. I just liked the Bugs Bunny ever since I was a little kid. I don't know why I like Bugs Bunny, but I'm sure everybody do, because when we think Looney Tunes, we think of only a few people, and Bugs Bunny is one of them. Just was a cool ass character to me, even though he did a lot of stuff, but he also acted good and bad. Depends on the person though at the same time. So that's pretty much what I liked about him. And that was a very odd question, but thank you for answering. For asking it also, Jasmine Droz. Number 18, Shar B. Are real men intimidated by women who earn more than they do? The statistics say black women are earning more than their men. Should I plan to spend it all by myself? Well, yes, some men are intimidated by women who earn more than them, because a lot of them feel less than a man. It's just in a man's nature, just like the question that Keitra Owens asked think that was number 14, that she asked the same thing, basically about the warehouse type thing. But with your question, are real men intimidated by women who earn more than them? Certain men are, you know, and it just depends on if the man is comfortable in his in himself, in his masculinity. Because a real man, you ain't gonna fear nothing. You're not gonna worry about that. Matter of fact, you're gonna congratulate your woman. You're gonna push on like, baby, you're doing good. You know, thank you for holding us down. You know, I'm trying to get there one day, but I want you to know, if I don't get there, I'm still trying to do my best, and that's all you can do as a person, is do your best. But it's all about communication and having a level head, you know, and stop trying to, and not trying to make your person feel less than because they don't make as much as you. Just like if you make $5,000 a month and he only makes $1,200 a month, you don't get your check and flash in front of them and say, look, I make more than you, this my shit, this is that, this and that. That's when all the drama and everything else come into play right there. But I wouldn't advise you to spend it all by yourself. Only thing I would advise you to do what makes you happy. If you with somebody and he's proved that he's worthy and he proves that he loves you, spoil him. That's what you're supposed to do, and he should do the same with you. Whether you spending $500 or whether he's spending $50, you know, it's the thought that count, you know, just like that. Because I can spend $10,000 on you and still make you feel like shit. You know, it's not how you do it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. I mean, you know, so think about that. And yeah, certain men are intimidated by women who earn more than them, but you know, that comes with a lot of stipulations also. But a real man will congratulate his woman and push her on, and a real woman will not make her man feel less than just because he doesn't earn as much as her. And I hope that answers your question, Sharby. Number 19, Coella Gamage. Know the Ledge Show. Hello, handsome. My question is, how do you deal with con artists in your own family? And are you single? This is the only picture of me. I get a hella lot of stalkers, so my pictures are only by request. I would send it if you ask, though. How you deal with con artist ass family? You know, I had that problem for a long time, and I still got it somewhat right now, but I'm about to chop that snake head off too. That's what you have to do. You have to cement and supplant yourself. What I mean by that, you have to build you a foundation so you can stand on, because anything that come against you, and anything come against you, just a metaphor for problems in life, day-to-day living. You know, you're going to get knocked down because you're not built right. And like I said, anything not built right will not stand, no matter if the wind is 1 mile per hour to 200 miles per hour. If it's not built right, you're going to crumble every time. But, and that's what family do, so they get you at your weakest, you know. And then when you started getting stronger, they tend to back up a little bit because they're like, oh, this not the same person. You know, that's why you go around people, and it could be family or friends or whatever. You like, oh, they changed, they different. No, it's just that person. You're only going to do two things in this world. You're going to get better as a person, or you're going to digress and get worse as a person, you know. So we have to think about that also. And when you deal with con artist family, you cut them off. You know what I'm saying? You give them enough rope to hang their damn self. And when they hang their self, you kick them off that damn horse, and you watch them swing and walk and drive or walk on by. That's a metaphor. Not saying you won't go outside and hang them, but that's a metaphor. Just leave them in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Once you did all you could do for anybody, it don't matter who it is in your life. If they ain't acceptable, cut them off, go on. The sun's still going to shine on you, and you still going to do the same thing every day. It's their loss, not yours. Remember that. And am I single? Yes. So I hope that answered your question right there. And once again, thank you for submitting your question, Coella Gamage. Number 20, Mona K. Oh, Key Alexander, I mean. Hey Trey, I truly enjoy your channel. How do you feel about another possible draft for the military? Key Alexander. Well, I feel like it's just a bunch of mess right here, because why are we still fighting? Haven't we killed every damn body that they done put up in front of us? I mean, damn, they said Saddam did this, went over there and got him. Bin Laden did that. Gaddafi did this. I mean, all the damn dictators, and now they just throwing up damn dictators. Kim Jong-un, whoever he is, the second, whatever. And then the guy over there in Iran, they don't even hardly talk about him. Ahmadinejad, something like that. But they don't even hardly talk about him no more. But I just feel it's just a bunch of mess. It's just a force, really, because why are we still fighting? You know, what are we fighting for? That don't make no sense right there. It's just a pissing match to see who, quote unquote, and forgive my French, whose penis the biggest. See who got the biggest penis on the yard. That's all these nations are doing. My troops against your troops. It's no different than what we used to play when we was young. We used to take our little army men and pit them against somebody else and watch them collide and kill each other. You know, we sit back, ha ha ha, have a good chuckle and laugh. That's basically what they doing. But at the same time, I don't like it. You know, I don't know how they're going to do it, because they used to do it where if you're the oldest child, you wouldn't have to go. If you're the only boy, you don't have to go. I don't know what they're going to do. It's not going to affect me, because I'll be damned if I go, you know. But, hey, I don't like it one bit, and I think it's just a mess, because haven't we done enough fighting and killing on this world? You know, I think it's time to heal this world, you know, because we talking about save the planet. How are we going to save the planet if we can't save ourselves? I mean, so Key Alexander, I hope that answered your question, and thank you again. Crystal Young. Hi Trey, I want to know, what is your zodiac sign? Aquarius. How come a down-to-earth, intelligent, humble man like yourself has not found true love? That I ain't found true love. It's just that I'm waiting in the wind, as you could say, you know, just being patient, because I have a lot of other things to do first before, you know, I can cement that right there. And you know, if I get somebody to go along with the ride, that's fine, but I just feel, you know, I got a lot to do right now, so I'm not so much as focused on that right there, because I have a mission I'm on. I'm trying to really do something out here, if you will. But I hope that answers your question, and once again, thank you all for submitting your questions, and we'll do the same thing next week. I will upload another video telling you to submit your questions. It will be on a Tuesday, and just like next Saturday, I will try my best to answer them. And to everyone that submitted it, thank you. And to all the ones I didn't get, I'll try to get to you next week. Y'all stay blessed. I'm out.